Nurmagomedov, he steps down, but then you have Umar Nurmagomedov.
He looks great, man.
Fucking phenomenal. Completely different style.
Yep.
Like
just
evil
accidentally
striker.
knocked out a guy now, too.
Oh my God.
That was
sick.
And then he felt bad about it. He was like holding his head. I'm like, oh.
Such a good guy, right?
Like, it's awesome to see, but
KOs him, and then after follow-up shot, he's like, "Oh, you're
shit, sorry,
you're out.
I didn't know you were sleeping."
You start really looking at it, and you're like, "Wait, he's gonna outstrike Merab, and then Merab's gonna get frustrated. He's gonna shoot in. Umar's gonna counter him. He's probably gonna get to a dominant position, and it's gonna go back up. I don't see it like that fight going any other way."
Merab Dvalishvili is an absolute monster. His name is The Machine, and he is a machine. And I'll tell you this much, he's tough for anyone because his pace, his pressure, his cardio, and his ability to just spam takedowns. He just like...
The rematch between Merab Dvalishvili and Umar Nurmagomedov has MMA experts firing off bold predictions. Everyone's wondering who will steal the spotlight in this epic fight.
Yeah, I think that Umar probably will win. I just can't really see a path for Merab to win. Like, I don't think that he's going to be able to like strike with him.
Well, Umar, first off, man, congratulations on getting a championship fight, man. I know you've been working towards this for a long time. How does it feel to just have the title fight? It's happening. You got a date, you got an opponent, and this thing you've been working towards is a real thing now.
Can't believe it.
Merab Dvalishvili and Umar Nurmagomedov are taking their beef to the octagon this January, and it's about to get real. In the co-main event of UFC 311, the Machine Merab will defend his bantamweight title against Young Eagle Umar, who's ready to snatch that crown and make history. The tension between these two is off the charts as they gear up for an epic clash. Corey Sandhagen, a perennial contender, has shared his take on this heated showdown. After his loss to Umar Nurmagomedov at UFC Abu Dhabi back in August, the Sandman knows exactly what kind of danger the title challenger brings to the cage. In a candid chat with James Lynch, Sandhagen didn't hold back.
Yeah, I think that Umar probably will win. I just can't really see a path for Merab to win. Like, I don't think that he's going to be able to like strike with him.
Sandhagen wasn't done laying it all out. Adding more fuel to the fire, he continued with his breakdown.
But I also don't think that he'll be able to take him down and control time him like he was able to do against O'Malley.
Sandhagen didn't stop there, diving deeper into his prediction.
I think that Umar is likely going to defend a lot of those shots, keep it in the striking realm, and then just kind of... Umar's a sniper, man. Like, people don't really realize how fast that guy is and how good he is and how his kicks come out of nowhere. And
Sandhagen added an interesting twist to his take.
Fighting a guy like Merab will be a good opportunity for him to show off a little bit.
It's almost like he's hinting that this fight isn't just about winning. It's about making a statement. Islam Makhachev believes Umar Nurmagomedov's dream is about to come true in his showdown against Merab Dvalishvili. Speaking with ESPN MMA, Makhachev reflected on Umar's journey.
Many years ago, he come with us to the camp, just help us to take care of the house, but it's a big guy now, fight for the title. Dream comes true,
Yeah.
He's deserved, he's a hard worker.
From humble beginnings to a title contender, Umar's rise is nothing short of inspiring. UFC veteran Daniel Cormier has thrown his weight behind Merab Dvalishvili, aka The Machine, which could mean trouble for Umar Nurmagomedov, Khabib's cousin. Daniel Cormier joined a panel of pundits to dissect the co-main event of 2025's opening PPV event, further heightening the drama. During the heated discussion, DC made his stance clear and went all in for The Machine. He said,
Merab Dvalishvili is an absolute monster. His name is The Machine, and he is a machine. And I'll tell you this much, he's tough for anyone because his pace, his pressure, his cardio, and his ability to just spam takedowns. He just like spams takedowns.
Boy in the back right here, dead straight head. We saw a video of, you and Umar got into it backstage when you were doing interviews. So I guess, is this personal for you, knowing that, he's only a few feet away, and after all the talks on Twitter and all the talks at press conferences, you finally do get to face off with him in the octagon?
Of course it's personal, because every time I see him, I give him my respect, I shake his hand, I even tell him I was gonna fight him one day.
He added,
He's the guy that you play the video game that you throw and break controllers because he will not stop. He will not stop. He just keeps going and going and going and going.
That's DC laying it out in the most relatable way possible. Merab's the type of fighter who doesn't let up. He's like that one annoying character in a game who just won't give you a break. You think you've got him figured out, and then he's right back at it, relentless and unstoppable. Former UFC middleweight champion Luke Rockhold has weighed in on the highly anticipated fight between Umar Nurmagomedov and Merab Dvalishvili, offering his thoughts on how the fight might play out and giving massive props to the Dagestani fighter's skills. During a recent chat on the Jackson podcast, Rockhold was asked about Nurmagomedov, and he didn't hold back. He called Umar the next generation of Dagestani fighters, even going as far as to say that Umar is more well-rounded than Khabib Nurmagomedov and Islam Makhachev. Rockhold said,
Umar's always had it, man. He's always been that next generation of kids. Even more so. You had Khabib, which was like, he was so strong in grappling, and then you had Islam, which was like more of a dynamic striker.
Rockhold continued,
Umar was the next generation where he was just so fluid and so creative, and and he's got the great wrestling. He's got everything that these guys have and more.
Rockhold confidently stated,
Umar can beat him everywhere, really. He can outstrike him, and then Merab can shoot in. Umar can counter him and get to his back. I'm telling you, he's better than him everywhere, really. Merab might have a wrestling advantage in some way, shape, or form, but not.
Yeah.
Umar can counter him. It's just...
The former champion's words only added to the growing anticipation for what promises to be an epic clash. Rockhold laid it out clearly, saying,
You start really looking at it, and you're like, wait, he's going to outstrike Merab, and then Merab's going to get frustrated. He's going to shoot in. Umar's going to counter him. He's probably going to get to a dominant position, and it's going to go back up. I don't see it like that fight going any other way.
The confidence in his prediction only adds to the excitement surrounding this fight. Henry Cejudo has dropped the ultimate prediction for Umar Nurmagomedov, Khabib's cousin, after Merab Dvalishvili switched things up. Cejudo, who's already called Umar the best fighter in the 135-pound division, isn't backing down from that statement. He's sticking to his guns, and it looks like Umar's about to prove him right. On the latest Pound for Pound podcast, Umar Nurmagomedov received the ultimate compliment from none other than Triple C himself. Looks like Khabib's cousin, Umar Nurmagomedov, is becoming the fighter everyone's talking about. Everyone's favoring him as the next big thing. But Dvalishvili, who was originally against facing the Dagestani powerhouse, is now starting to warm up to the idea. After an impressive 6 straight victories in the bantamweight division, Umar Nurmagomedov is finally set to challenge the champion, Merab Dvalishvili, in the co-main event of UFC 311. However, Dvalishvili isn't exactly thrilled about the matchup. Despite his own impressive 10-fight win streak before earning his title shot, he feels Nurmagomedov got a gift title fight after just 1 win over a ranked contender, Corey Sandhagen. Of course, there's also the fact that Umar is Khabib's cousin, which adds a bit more fuel to Dvalishvili's fire. As Umar gears up for battle, Khabib is right there in his corner, and he's not holding back. Responding to Merab Dvalishvili's comment about Umar's title shot being a gift, Khabib's got no time for Merab's doubts about Umar's title shot. He fired back. So according to Khabib, Umar's got all the right to be here, and he's about to prove it. Davison Figueiredo is leaning toward Merab Dvalishvili in the upcoming UFC 311 clash. He explained, I tend more for Merab. The reason I do this is his striking is not refined, but he manages to tire people and confuse people so he can get them down. On the other hand, Umar is a guy that knows how to submit from the bottom, so there is that risk for Merab, but after 5 rounds, I see Merab's hand being raised. So while Figueiredo acknowledges Umar's submission skills, he believes Merab's relentless pressure will ultimately lead him to victory. At a fan Q&A, Merab Dvalishvili was once asked a bold question by a fan. Why was he afraid to face Umar Nurmagomedov? The question seemed to catch him off guard, as fans were eager to know why the matchup had not happened sooner. Dvalishvili had to address the elephant in the room. Dvalishvili fired back. Dvalishvili also sent a strong warning to Umar Nurmagomedov on Ariel Helwani's show, saying the undefeated fighter better be ready to apologize after their battle in the octagon. He may get a slap after the fight, Dvalishvili said with a serious tone. The fight in the octagon is not a real fight. It's a sport. If Umar does not apologize to me, it will happen. Even if I have to go to Dagestan, I will go. Dvalishvili added, I love Dagestan. I have so many friends there. I respect the Dagestan people. They are good people. But Umar made a big mistake with me, and Umar has to pay for this. I still respect Team Khabib and Islam. I only have a problem with Umar. One might think Dvalishvili is just trying to hype up the fight, since we all know how it goes. Two fighters with bad blood get in the cage, throw down, and then share a hug afterward. But with how the machine has been snapping at fans every time someone talks trash, it's starting to look like he might just skip the handshake and go straight for a power slap to Nurmagomedov after the fight. On the other hand, Umar Nurmagomedov is calling out Merab Dvalishvili and accusing him of dodging their fight. The undefeated UFC contender says Merab is scared to face him, claiming that the bantamweight champion is running from the challenge. Umar's not afraid to speak his mind, and he's ready to prove why Dvalishvili should be worried when they finally clash. It's like he's avoiding me, Umar said in an interview, clearly frustrated. He's scared of someone who can defend takedowns and stop his game. He knows that once I shut down his pressure, his whole strategy falls apart. Umar emphasized, on paper, this is the fight to make. I want to fight before Ramadan, ideally against Merab. If he doesn't step up, I'll find someone else. I just want to stay active and keep fighting. You can feel the heat rising. Umar's not backing down, and he's ready for whatever comes his way. While Umar is fired up for the fight, he still showed some respect for Merab's path to the top. Merab is one of the best fighters in the division. He's earned his place as champion, and his story is inspiring. Working his way up to the title, Nurmagomedov said, showing that he's not all talk. But then, with a determined look, he added, but I'm ready for him, and I hope he's willing to prove he's the best by fighting me. Umar's comments mix respect with a clear challenge. He's not just admiring Merab's journey, he's calling for that showdown to prove who's truly the best. And with all the drama, tension, and heated words, one thing's for sure, this fight is definitely gonna happen. The first UFC pay-per-view card of 2025, UFC 311, is starting to look absolutely electrifying. In the main event, UFC lightweight champion Islam Makhachev will defend his title against Arman Tsarukyan in a highly anticipated rematch. But it's the co-main event that's really capturing the spotlight. UFC bantamweight champion Merab Dvalishvili will face undefeated contender Umar Nurmagomedov. This fight has quickly turned into a grudge match, with both fighters exchanging heated words and intense rivalry, making it one of the most exciting bouts of the year. UFC 311 is set to be a major event scheduled for January 18th, 2025 at the Intuit Dome in Inglewood, California. This venue, home to some of the most exciting sports events, will host the highly anticipated matchup between UFC bantamweight champion Merab Dvalishvili and undefeated contender Umar Nurmagomedov. With the stakes so high and both matchups full of intrigue, UFC 311 is shaping up to be a must-watch event in the world of mixed martial arts. This fight is an absolute no-brainer. Umar Nurmagomedov has earned his spot as the top contender right behind Merab Dvalishvili after that impressive win over Corey Sandhagen. Let's not forget, the Nurmagomedov name carries some serious weight in the UFC. And now, the chance to see Khabib's cousin fight for that UFC gold? Oh, it's going to be epic. But this isn't just about family ties. It's a battle of styles that's got everyone talking. Nurmagomedov is the more well-rounded fighter compared to Dvalishvili. And if Umar can keep Merab's relentless wrestling at bay, he's gonna bring some serious problems to the striking game. If he starts landing those shots on Merab, things could get real interesting. January 18th is the day when Umar Nurmagomedov gets his shot at Merab Dvalishvili, and trust me, the anticipation is off the charts. As the fight draws closer, everyone's got an opinion and the predictions are flooding in from all sides. Everyone's wondering how this battle will go down. Will Umar prove he's ready for the top, or will Merab's non-stop pressure crush his dreams? One thing's for sure, this fight is going to be intense and everyone's waiting to see who comes out on top. So what do you think will happen? Will Umar Nurmagomedov walk away with the win, or will Merab Dvalishvili show everyone exactly why he's the king of the octagon? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all the latest updates and breaking news on this epic showdown.